All right, hey, welcome back. Today we're gonna making ramen, and in the ramen I'm gonna be adding some steak, some celery, some carrots, onion. Gonna put these spices on it and gonna make it a little bit spicy with our shrimp being cooked in some green chili hot sauce, and of course soy sauce and a few other ingredients. One of those being a shrimp stock that I made last time from the heads and the bodies of the shrimp. All right, I got our shrimp. They're all defrosted now. They were frozen earlier. I'm gonna put those in the boiling water and get those cooked up. Then we're gonna get them shelled and heads off and cooked up in the hot chili sauce. Okay, we're gonna get our shrimp in our boiling water bath to stop the cooking so that I can then get them peeled. Let them cook. All right, these shrimp are almost done. All right, these are all done. Maggie, say hi. Hi. These are ready to come out, so I'm gonna kill the fire, kill the flame, and these are gonna come right out of there and into this ice water. Now I'm just gonna let these cool. All right, what I'm gonna do next is take some of the shrimp stock water and I'm gonna drain some of the water out of this into our noodles, our ramen noodle water, and gonna cook right into it. All right, so I've got our ramen noodles and we're gonna get those into the water. So the way I like to make my ramen noodles, before I put them in the water, I like to take the package, crack them in half this way, crack them in half the other way, and that way they come out as little squares. And I think it makes them a little more easier to eat because the noodles aren't like crazy long, they're just manageable. So we're gonna get these into the water. All right, Maggie's gonna get the ramen noodles put in the water for us. Drop them all in there. Good job. Now turn that up to the high. All right. Now, while the ramen noodle is getting back to boiling, I'm gonna get some vegetables cut up to go in our ramen. All right, we're gonna get all of our vegetables cut up. We'll be back in just a minute when they're all done. Either one. Maggie's getting the celery all cut up for us. You're doing a great job. All right, got our carrots in, our onions, Maggie got our celery, and we're going to put in our celery. So we add a little bit of water to this. And let them cook. All right, while the vegetables are cooking, I'm gonna get the spices mixed together. We're gonna put them here in the mortar and pestle. I've already got some fennel in here. So I've got some fennel seed in there already. I'm also gonna put in a little bit of ground mustard, onion powder, ground paprika, garlic powder, chili powder, and some ginger and a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're gonna grind that up in here. Put a little bit of our seasoning on each piece, then we're going to get it on the flat top. I'm going to have Maggie's going to put the spice mix on the other side of the steak meat for us now. And while she's doing that, we're going to check on our veggies. Yep, they're just al dente. All right, Next, on the flat top here, I've got it at a medium high, or medium low, excuse me. We're gonna get the steaks on here. Before I put it on though, I'm gonna spritz it with a little bit of oil. You can see how fast these are cooking. They're already shrinking up a little bit. That means they're cooking really well, really quick. We got one more to put on. These ones are already ready to flip by the time this one got put on. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these. Oh yeah, look at that. This one's ready. Okay, I'm gonna take our meat off and I'm gonna put it in this bowl. Then I'm gonna get it seasoned up a little bit more with some other goodies. I'm gonna get our shrimp out. I'm gonna drain the water. Then I'm gonna take all the shrimp out, take the heads off, take the shells off, and have those ready to cook. All right, let's peel these shrimp. Our hot sauce. And some soy sauce. We're gonna turn this down to low. I've got our ramen turned back on. I'm gonna put our seasonings in the ramen. I like to put soy sauce in my ramen as well. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of this beef broth braise, just a little bit. And then a little bit of our shrimp stock from one of our last recipes, last videos. I'm gonna get this all stirred up. All right, these shrimp are coming along just great. About to where I want them here. So I'm gonna turn the heat off on those and just let them sit there. All right, I'm gonna take our steak now and I'm gonna get this stacked together and I'm gonna cut these into strips about like that. As long strips. I'm gonna put them back in a bowl here. And I'm going to re-season them with the same seasonings we used before. Got all my seasonings back in here. Gonna put 1 packet of soy sauce in and get it all stirred up. I'm gonna put this back on the skillet and get it heated up again. All right, it is time to get the ramen out of the heat and into the bowl. Get these shrimp into the ramen. Then I'm going to get our meat back onto the pan. And I had our vegetables off to the side also. Going to go ahead and get those in our bowl here. Butter. All right, our meat is all incorporated with our seasonings, and I'm going to go ahead and get the meat put right into this section of the ramen. Oh man, that looks good. I'm going to use a little bit of our shrimp stock to deglaze this pan. Put that right under there. One more thing. Some chives. It's time to eat. Here we go. Let's try our shrimp. Oh.